Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, this is my first review for this year 2026 and I am so excited for you to share with you with this foundation. Now this year I'm going to review a cushion foundation and I've been so excited to try this because it's been more than a year since this was launched. It was launched in 2024 and this product is from Babi브라운. Right here, as you can see, this is the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation with SPF 40 PA+++. Now, this was launched in early of 2024, and their model who introduced this was a Korean celebrity. His name was Song Kang. That's when I first saw this, how they advertised this cushion foundation. It was Song Kang who introduced this cushion foundation. They hired Song Kang as their brand ambassador for Babi브라운. So they hired him and he promoted this new cushion when it was first launched in 2024. And then a few months later have passed, they released their liquid foundation version, which is their Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Foundation. Now I bought this like almost more than a year ago. I got this first a year ago and it was really good, and I was convinced to try this because of how skin like it is. And then when I tried it, it does looks like skin. It's like it really makes your skin look good and better. It doesn't look obvious that you're wearing makeup. So this is also claimed to give you a skin like, this is a cushion version of the Weightless Skin Foundation. So we're going to do a review on this to say its claim that it is really skin like. So let's get started. Okay, the one I got here, I have here in the shade, I don't know if you can see it. I'm in the shade medium, and this is the darkest shade available for the Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation. Unlike the Babi브라운 Weightless Liquid Foundation, this one has more than 50 shades, while the Cushion Foundation only has 5 shades, and the one I have is the darkest shade. The 5 shades they have is porcelain, extra light, light to medium, and the darkest medium. So what I have here is the darkest shade medium. So let's apply the cushion foundation. Okay, see how beautiful the packaging is. Wow, it's really pretty. Now when you opened it, it has their cushion puff, and this is an old classic cushion puff. The ribbon strap is really slim, not like the thicker version. And then when you open this, it still has a seal. I don't know what happened to this. When I first opened this, there's already like there's already a print fade. So let's open this. Okay, moment of truth. Ah, that feels so satisfying. Okay, as you can see here, it's not like the typical cushion foundation, because here, I don't know if you can see it here on camera, you see, it's actually a dome shaped kind of sponge, and it's actually a mesh type. This is a mesh type cushion foundation, you know, the one that has nets on top, and it's a dome shape. As you can see here, you can see clearly here that it's shaped like a dome, shaped like a circle. That's why they call it a dome shape. So let's apply the cushion. Okay, let's apply. As you can see, the sponge here is so new, and it really hurts me to pat it because it's gonna get dirty. See how clean it is. So when I pat it, it's gonna be dirty. So this cushion puff will not be the same after. Okay, just one press. Oh, look at that! It's saturated. Every cushion foundation are saturated when you first open them. So pat the excess. You don't wanna apply too much. And let's apply. Start with the nude. It has a nice scent. Okay, first application. It feels a little cooling, which is I like. I like cushion foundation that feels cooling when first applied. And take the product from the palette. You don't want to waste it, and apply it on your forehead. Okay, this is the cushion foundation on one side of my face compared to this side. First application, the color medium is a little light for me, but we shall see if this oxidizes, and when it oxidizes, that's when we'll know that it really oxidizes. That's when we'll know that the cushion will oxidize if it darkens. But so far, it's a little light for me, but we shall see. And the coverage though, I mean, some parts are covered well, and I'd say this is like a medium coverage. You can probably build up the coverage in areas you wanted to cover. Like maybe I wanted to cover my under eyes circles and some of my dark spots here. So now I'm going to apply the cushion on the rest of my face. Okay, now that I applied the cushion on my whole face, let's just say the finish is a little matte. It claims to be semi-matte. It does feel matte, and it's true to its claim. Just like the Weightless skin foundation, it does gives you like skin-like effect. This is definitely a cushion version of the Babi브라운 Weightless skin liquid foundation. And same with, they almost have similar coverage. As you can see, my dark spots and my under eyes are still peeking through. Let's see if I can build up the coverage just like when I used the liquid foundation. Okay, it really did covered well, but it didn't completely cover. I can still see my dark spots peeking through. Maybe you definitely need to use a concealer for this. If I were to compare the coverage between the cushion and the liquid foundation, I think the liquid foundation has more coverage than the cushion version. Now that I applied the cushion on my whole face, I'm going to do a wear test on how this cushion foundation performs. Now, I didn't apply any primer. I only applied my normal skincare and sunscreen, and then I applied the cushion. So we shall see how this cushion foundation performs alone without any primer and not set this with powder. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, here's my first update on reviewing this cushion foundation. Now it's been 1 hour since it's almost been an hour since I first applied this cushion foundation, and this is how the foundation performs. When I first applied this cushion foundation, it was a little light for me because this is the darkest shade, and right now it looks like the color has slightly oxidized and it actually blends with my natural skin color. As you can see, there's not much of a difference between the color of my face and my neck, but it's a good thing. But also I'm worried that throughout the day it might get even darker. That's what worries me, if this cushion might oxidize badly. But so far it really looks nice on the skin. As you can see, it has this it still has a nice glow despite being a matte cushion foundation. It still gives you a nice healthy glow, like a natural skin like glow. This is how the cushion looks. Okay, this is my first update. I'll see you guys later. Okay, here's an update of my review. My face is starting to look a little oily, but right now it's time for me to blot and see how the cushion performs without oil on my face. Okay, this is how I notice there's not much fading here in my face. The cushion foundation didn't fade much here in my nose area, and right now it looks really good. That's my update for this cushion foundation. I'll see you guys later. Okay, here's my last update of my first impression review of the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation. Now, first of all, I'd just like to let you know that my shade in the Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation is in the shade medium. And here's my initial thoughts of this cushion foundation. When I first applied the cushion foundation this morning, I've been wearing this cushion foundation for like about I've been wearing this cushion foundation for more than 11 hours already. When I first applied this cushion, it was a little light for me, but then after an hour I made my first update that it blends well with my skin tone, and it was a perfect match at first. But now after like almost more than 5 to 6 hours of wear, the cushion foundation has oxidized a little, and because of that, the color of the cushion foundation on my face is a hint, just a hint darker than my natural skin color. So if only, how I wish I could have just bought a lighter shade, which is light to medium, but it's not really that bad. But for me, I still prefer a little lighter because, I don't know, on camera it looks like it was a good match, but here in personal, it is a hint darker for me because this cushion oxidized. Now, other than that, other performance of the cushion is throughout the day, it still looks like skin. Just like the Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, the whole day I've been wearing this, it still gives you that skin-like effect. As you can see here, it looks flawless, it looks like skin. It really, just like the Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, it also helps enhance and improve your skin and not looking like you're wearing makeup. So that is one of the good sides about the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion. And for the oil control, well, this cushion foundation is a semi-matte, has a semi-matte finish, and even if it's a matte cushion, it, just like the liquid foundation, it didn't really help with the oil control. Just like the Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, its oil control is about below average, so oil control isn't really that great. So after like 4 to 5 hours, my face was getting oily, so I have to blot. Even after I blot, it still looks good, and there wasn't really much fading. And here in my nose area, there's not much fading. And here's another good thing about this cushion foundation. Here in my chin area, I don't know if you can see it, but compared to the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, this cushion foundation, it didn't fade or separate here in my chin area. The Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, it fades and separates on my chin area, but the cushion foundation version, it didn't separate or fade on my chin area. So that's the good side about the cushion version compared with the liquid foundation. And both have the same coverage, except here that I think I still need to use concealer for this stubborn pimple here and here. So when you use this cushion foundation, you really need to layer this with, either you can layer it with the cushion, or if it's not enough, you can always use a concealer. And throughout the day, I'd say that first impression, the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation is a good cushion. And if I were to compare it with the liquid foundation, it's really hard for me to choose because it all boils down. It's really hard for me to choose because this one has better longevity than the liquid foundation, especially here in my chin area. I mean, they both last long on my face, but when it comes to performance on my chin, I'd say might go for the cushion version, but for the whole face, the liquid version is better. And another good thing about that, the liquid foundation is better than the cushion, because when you purchase this, it does not come with a refill. It only has a 12 grams of products inside, compared to this liquid foundation. It has a about 30 ml bottle. This is a 30 ml bottle, so when you purchase this, it has a full bottle of foundation, whereas this one has less products. So, and both are expensive. So that's my initial review for the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation. So I'm gonna do another review on this cushion, and the next time I'm going to do a review, I'm going to use primer. Especially I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm gonna use this with primer and set this with powder, just to see how this cushion foundation performs with primer and powder. So that's it for the first day of me reviewing the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation, and I'll see you guys on the next day. Okay, today is the second day of me reviewing the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation, and I'm in the shade medium. So for the second day of me reviewing this cushion foundation, I'm going to use a primer and then set this with powder, just to see how this cushion foundation performs now that I'm going to use this with primer and set with powder. So let's get started. Now, okay, I'm already done priming my face. The primer that I use is from Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. What I really like about this face base is that it's really a great primer to use. Whenever I use this primer, a lot of my foundations look so flawless. It really smoothens the appearance of your foundation, making it gives you a skin-like effect. And another good thing about this, if you use this as primer, it makes any foundation less oxidized. That's what I noticed. And upon application, I also noticed that a lot of the foundations I use, whenever I use this as primer, it brightens a little. I noticed that the color of the foundation brightens a little when I use this. That's what I noticed. And it also helps keeping it less dull or less oxidized whenever I use this as primer. So this is the primer I use, and I'm already done applying the Bobbi Brown face base. So let's proceed with applying with the cushion foundation. Press just a adequate amount. Tap the excess, not to apply too much, and apply. Okay, now that I'm done applying the cushion foundation, now I'm going to set this with powder. The powder I'm going to use is from Makeup Forever. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Setting Powder. Now, I already have a Bobbi Brown powder, but I couldn't reach out for it because the one I have is an old formulation. And the old formulation of the Bobbi Brown Sheer Finish Press Powder, it doesn't have a good oil control. So that's why I couldn't reach out for it. But they already reformulated it. The new formulation of the Bobbi Brown Press Powder now has better oil control. So hopefully I get to try that. And if I do, I'm going to do a review on that. Okay, now that I'm done set this with powder, I'm going to do a wear test of this cushion foundation now that I used this with primer and set this with powder. So I'm going to do a wear test of this cushion foundation on how it performs with primer and powder. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, this is the situation of how the foundation looks like. I've been wearing this cushion for like more than about 7 hours already have passed, and only my nose and my T-zone is oily, but the rest of the face is not that oily. So I'm gonna remove the oil by using a blotting paper. Okay, this is how the cushion foundation, I removed the oil off camera, and this is how it looks new. Okay, this is my latest update, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, last and final update for my review of the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation. Now here's my final thoughts on how this cushion foundation performs. I really like this cushion. I don't say I really love it, but I really like it. So this is the kind of cushion that I might reach out for it, because one is, it's true to its claim that it gives you a skin light effect. Yes, this is one of the few cushion foundations that I have that gives you a skin like effect. So it really helps give you that improvement of your skin without looking like you're wearing makeup. So same as the liquid foundation, the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, both of these foundation gives you improve your skin and not looking like you're wearing makeup. So for this cushion foundation, I recommend this if you wanted to try a luxury cushion foundation that gives you a skin like effect and not looking like you're obvious that you're wearing makeup. So I recommend this. If you have the budget for this, go for this. But if you prefer something that is like worth your money, that I'd say that I go for the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation, because this one has more. They both expensive, but this one has more content than the cushion version, because this doesn't have any refill. This does not come with a refill. So how I wish they could have come with a refill for every purchase of this, because this only contains 12 grams, while the Weightless Skin Liquid Foundation has 30 ml. And here's how the cushion performs now that I use this with primer and set this with powder. The primer that I use is the Babi브라운 Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And like I said, this moisturizer and primer really have smoothens the look of the foundation, which is why that I'd say that this cushion foundation and the Babi브라운 Vitamin Enriched Face Base are a good pair. So it really helps smoothens and gives you a flawless skin-like effect when you pair these two together. And another thing, it really helps improve the longevity, except for the nose area. Here at the tip of my nose, there's fading, or there's been some fading after I blot my face. After like for about 5 or 6 hours of wear, I noticed that, as I did an update a while ago, that there's been some oiliness here in my T-zone, but the rest of the face isn't really that oily compared to the first day I used this cushion foundation. So there's really a improvement on the oil control thanks to the powder. The powder I use is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder. So for people with oily skin, I highly recommend that you set this with powder when you use this cushion. Even if I use this cushion alone and without the primer, it still gives a nice skin-like effect, and it does have a decent longevity. But with the primer and the powder, it really helps improve the longevity of this cushion foundation. So I recommend the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Foundation if you wanted to try more other products from Babi브라운. So that is my review for the Babi브라운 Weightless Skin Cushion Foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video helps, and hopefully this video was also helpful in convincing you to try this cushion foundation. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!